Call it the everything else shelf of my DVD collection. This is everything that basically wouldn't fit on the other two shelves. And this should be the final part. And apparently Rosie is really hoping that it's the final part. Greetings and welcome back. It's a few days after the last batch of DVD collection videos that I did. The ones you've been watching for like the past 2 weeks. It's currently Tuesday, April 29th, 2008. All the previous segments were done on the 24th. And I figured it was about time I did the last couple. Let's turn the fan off. So here we are in the bedroom. As I said, the collection has grown to the point where it actually does not fit on all those shelves anymore. And I like to have the DVDs up front on display at all times. So even though I can actually fit 2 rows of them on those shelves, and may end up doing that at some point anyway, just to, make space, the back rows of those shelves are basically all VHS tapes. And you probably noticed there's some VHS tapes on the bottom shelves that just wouldn't fit anywhere else. So anyway, that brings us to the bedroom. And I'm really short on tape, so I have to keep this brief. But on top we have my Captain Power toys. That one's upside down and it's driving me crazy. I'm going to fix it. Here we have a selection of my graphic novels. Quite a few. Subject for another time. Now we move down here. We have the final 3 shelves of my DVD collection. So this is kind of a mixed bag. This one is actually a Netta's. It's a collection of the original Christmas classics. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Frosty the Snowman, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, Little Drummer Boy, and Frosty Returns. Great collection, but it's not mine. These are my Christmas movies here. We've got A Christmas Story, special edition. This is the one about the kid who wants the Red Ryder BB gun. Great stuff. We got Badder Santa. Do you know there's actually 3 cuts of Bad Santa? There's the original theatrical version, this one, which is the extended unrated version, and they just came out with the director's cut, which apparently is different than all 3. Elf, A Christmas Carol, the Emerald Edition. This is the best quality version of A Christmas Carol I've ever seen. They fully remastered it from several prints to keep the quality nice. And Scrooge, which of course is Bill Murray's take on Christmas Carol. It's a Wonderful Life, which no Christmas collection is complete. The first time I saw this, I thought it was high time I saw it, because I never had. I watched it in July of a year. This one is also a Netta's, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, original cartoon. Then we have Airplane, the Don't Call Me Shirley edition. Koyanis Katsi. Powakatsi. There's a 3rd one in that series. And if you like this movie, Baraka, you'll probably like these as well, because they're the same kind of thing. Then we got a couple IMAX movies, Mystery of the Maya, Mysteries of Egypt. We got The Net. There is a slightly better edition of this with more extras. I need to get that. The original theatrical version of Not Another Teen Movie. And the uncensored version of Not Another Teen Movie. Both considerably different, and with different extras on the discs, so I keep them both. This is my collection of A Distant Soil and original first printing ElfQuest comics, which we will look at another time. So, just put the fairy back up there. She likes to guard my comics for me. Then, of course, we've got the unrated version of Anchorman with the much coveted 2nd disc, which is hard to find. Everything you want to know about sex, but we're afraid to ask. Woody Allen, Manhattan, Woody Allen. These 2 are Netta's. This one is mine, Sleeper, which is great. And, of course, Annie Hall. Even if you don't like romantic comedies, if you only ever see one, this is the one to see. The other one would be When Harry Met Sally. Benny and June, classic underrated Johnny Depp film. The Usual Suspects, the one that established Bryan Singer as a good director. She further cemented with the first 2 X-Men movies. The original Odd Couple. They've actually been putting out the TV series of this recently. I definitely want to get that. I'm Gonna Get You, Sucka, which is a dead-on parody of black exploitation movies from the 70s. Absolutely hilarious, done by the Wayans brothers. Coffee and cigarettes. I actually expected this to be better than it was. It has its moments, but overall kind of a disappointment. The special edition of First Blood. The Ultimate Edition of First Blood. The reason I have both, this has a commentary by the director, this has a commentary by Sylvester Stallone. So if you want everything, you really need both. The Blu-ray edition has both. So there you go. Rambo First Blood Part 2 and Rambo 3. Silver Streak, which is a classic Gene Wilder, Richard Pryor opus. Once Bitten, old Jim Carrey movie. Peter Gunn, this is the TV movie. Really bad transfer of it though. Fargo, Bullet Down Under, which stars Jacko Jackson of Energize Your Battery 80s commercial fame. I know him mainly from The Highwayman, which was a short-lived sci-fi series, which I have on tape. As Good as It Gets, and Roxanne. And I still have 2 more shelves to do, and I'm out of tape. So, I'm going to switch tapes, and then I'll talk to you after. Okay, I have switched tapes, and now let's continue our look at the bedroom shelves of my DVD collection. Alrighty, so moving right along, we have got Crank Yankers Uncensored. Puppets making crank phone calls. How can you go wrong? It's absolutely hilarious. Bit of guilty pleasure time here. We got Jackass, the boxed set, which is selected sketches from the TV show. It's as close to a complete series set we've got of the show thus far. Jackass the movie, and Jackass number 2. Now you notice, these are the theatrical versions. I know, I will get the unrated editions. Die Hard collection. The only reason I don't have the other Die Hard set is because it went out of print before I managed to get around to getting it. The other collection, the silver collection, is actually better for extras and stuff. But we wanted to see the movies again before the 4th one, and we still haven't seen the 4th one. A complete series of Soap, which is absolutely hilarious. It's a spot-on parody of soap operas, and is in fact a soap opera itself. And also featured the debut of Benson, the character Benson, who went on to later fame in the show of the same name. Another guilty pleasure here, we got the first season of Survivor, which I actually didn't see when it was originally on. Now I knew who won, but I wanted to see it for the drama. You know, I love Survivor. It's just one of those. It's one of the few like reality shows that I actually enjoy. And then of course we got Tech War. Still waiting for the original TV movies to be released, but this is all 18 episodes of the show. This little section here is stuff that I borrowed from people and haven't seen them for a while, so I'm waiting to give it back. National Treasure. Notice it's the full screen edition. It's because this was a gift. If I had bought it, it would be the widescreen edition, of course. Then we have Nick of Time, which is a great movie with Johnny Depp and Christopher Walken. Pretty much the whole thing occurs in real time. It's like 90 minutes of just frenetic pace, and it's really good. Roller Derby Mania. I guess who doesn't enjoy a bit of roller derby action? I also have Roller Girls, the recent A&E series, but it's on loan to somebody, and I haven't seen him for a while, so... And then we have Serial Experiments Lane. We're into like the rest of my anime collection here, which is really good. Sort of a cyberpunky kind of show. Very trippy. Sorry the awkward angle here. I have my comic boxes right here. I have 4 actual comic boxes, which are in a terrible state of condition, and then this 10 box, which is basically the equivalent capacity of 2 comic boxes. And then we got Blue Submarine number 6. I still need to get, I believe, episode 3, and I'll have the whole set. And Chimera. Okay, so moving right along to the rest of the anime collection, we have Nazca, Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, Volume 4, and that's the whole series. And this isn't really anime, but it's in the section anyway, because it's anime-ish. Titan AE, pretty good movie, not bad, not great, it's just there. Ghost in the Shell 2 Innocence. Why don't I have the first one? I honestly don't have a good answer for that question. I've seen the first one. I used to have it on VHS, and I've seen it many, many times. Ghost in the Shell Standalone Complex, Volume 1, Volume 2. I do have the special editions of these, but I got rid of the big bulky cases they came in, because quite frankly they were just taking up space, and there wasn't really any point to keeping them. Volume 3. Volume 4 and 5, I kept the cases because they're just little slip cases that don't take up any space. 4, 5, and 6. I'm still trying to track down the tin edition of Volume 7. But this is the special editions of all the first 6 volumes, the 2-disc editions, which have the DTS and Dolby Digital versions, and come with some cool extras. Let's see, Volumes 1 and 2 came with the soundtracks. Volume 3 came with a t-shirt. Volumes 4 and 5 just come with a couple of ID cards. Volume 6 comes with another t-shirt, and I'm not sure what Volume 7 comes with, but I'm sure it's damn cool, whatever it is. Vampire Princess Miu. This is actually Volume 2. And then Volume 1. I don't know why I have them backwards on my shelf. But that's the original straight direct-to-video, or OVA, or OAV, however you like to pronounce it. Vampire Hunter D, the original movie, special edition, very cool. Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust. A lot of people say, why isn't this subtitled with the original Japanese audio? Simple. Because Vampire Hunter D was such a huge hit in the US, they actually made this in English. A lot of people don't know this. It is an anime, but they made it in English. So in this case, it's actually the reverse. The English audio is the original audio for which it was made, and then it was later dubbed into Japanese. So, kind of interesting. Armitage the Third. This is the sequel, Dual Matrix. I actually have the first one on Laserdisc, or had it. I think I sold it recently. I will get it again, though. Battle Royale High School. The reason I originally bought this was people had been recommending Battle Royale to me. So I thought this is what they were talking about. So I watched it and I thought, oh, you know, it's okay. It's not great, but so I got this thinking it was Battle Royale. Of course, now I know better. Street Fighter 2, the anime movie. The only Street Fighter 2 movie worth watching. This has the English dubbed version and the uncensored original Japanese version. It's very cool. Castle of Cagliostro, best Lupin the Third movie ever, directed by Hayao Miyazaki. Secret of Mamo, also known as The Mystery of Mamo, which was actually the first, or second. I think this was actually the first Lupin movie, and then Castle of Cagliostro was the second. And then I've got 6 volumes of Lupin the Third. Got Megazone 2-3, which is a very cool, underrated anime series. It was actually a mini-series. It's 3 movies. There we go. I actually still have to watch the rest of them. I've seen the first one a few times. Devil Hunter Yoko, the complete collection. If you watched anime in the 90s, you'll know this series. It was lots of fun. It's kind of like Buffy with boobs. The Plague Dogs, which actually isn't anime, but I got it anyway. It's actually from the same people who did Watership Down. And same kind of story. Well, not really same kind of story, but same tone of story. Dagger of Kamui, classic ninja epic. Millennium Actress, which I know a lot of people say is one of their all-time favorite animes. I still haven't watched it. I actually got it in a 2-pack with Ghost in the Shell 2 Innocence. And the main reason I got it was for this one, because it was cheaper to get it in the 2-pack than it was to buy it individually. And I got Millennium Actress with it. And then, of course, we got Boogie Pop Phantom. Really creepy, weird, and just twisted show. But if you're looking for a good kind of, you know, off-the-wall horror anime, I highly recommend this. Despite the cheesy name, it's actually quite scary and has some really great animation. And it's just really weird. But word of warning, it's a little cryptic in its storytelling style, so you may find it a bit hard to follow. But pay attention and you should be fine. So, basically, focus. That wraps up my DVD collection. That is it. That is the whole thing. Grand total, 569 individual titles. And I have 5 boxed sets of stuff on the way in the mail that I ordered through eBay that I couldn't find locally or just found cheaper through eBay. But I'll talk about those when they arrive because I have some specific things to say about those. So there you go. At long last, it's finished. Or is it? Actually, it's not. Because we still have a Netta's collection to go through. I thought this time around we would actually take a look at a Netta's collection too, because a lot of the, you know, in the previous DVD collection update thing that I did in 2006, a lot of people were saying, well, why don't you have this? Why don't you have that? And a lot of the things they were mentioning were stuff that we actually do have, but they're just not in my personal collection. They're in Annetta's collection. So, for the sake of completeness, to cover every single DVD that we have in our household, we're going to take a look at Annetta's collection next time. So until then, thanks for watching, and sayonara.